Lord, help me to make much of you in this video. So today is part 2 of the health and wealth gospel. Because the wicked seem to have no pain in their death, it seems like things are just too easy for them. It's especially true today with all the drugs we have. Oftentimes the mantra of hospice is when they come in, let's just keep them comfortable. In Proverbs 11:7, we read this: when the wicked die, their hopes die with them, for they rely on their own feeble strength. And then in Psalm 73:13, we read this: did I keep my heart pure for nothing? Did I keep myself innocent for no reason? I get nothing but trouble all day long. Every morning brings me pain. Notice here that Asaph is actually wondering out loud if living a life dedicated to God as opposed to self is actually a good choice. From an earthly perspective, it seems his reward is trouble and pain. Fortunately, none of us needs to settle for just an earthly perspective. Think about this. Perhaps the ultimate irony of this life is that what we view as good in this world may well not be good at all, but actually poisonous. When Americans think of the good life, we tend to think in terms of wealth, health, and good looks. It's our desire for that to be true, and each of us kind of grasps hold of that, and we want to make it our view, but it's a view that is dreadful in the end and shallow. There are some false teachers that teach this view, and they teach that it's always God's will for you as a Christian to be rich and well. That message is alluring because, after all, who doesn't want to be healthy and wealthy? The tragedy is that when people believe such a lie and then remain sickly and poor, they conclude that Jesus is a fraud. Let's consider the very ones, the unsaved, Asaph was observing, and weigh out the real value of their lives. It is actually a very bad thing for the unsaved to have wealth, because with resources comes accountability. And unlike the accountability of the believer, where we can lose rewards but not our souls, the accountability for the unbelieving is disastrous. Better to be a Lazarus than to be like the rich man in Luke 16, who seemed to have it all, but actually had nothing of any lasting value. This is part 2. We'll do part 3 of the health and wealth gospel in the next episode. God is great, and God is good.